people of YouTube. My name's Mooney, and some time ago, I got inspired. I got inspired by Ilmango's 4x4 chunk challenge, specifically the episode where he and the gang, the people that are in the Cycraft server, build a tree farm. That got me thinking about tree farms, and I ended up the concept I've never seen anyone using, and I think it might lead to a bit of bone meal economics. I don't really know how efficient that is. I don't really know. I do not have access currently to the carpet mod, but let me just get some bone meal here so I can navigate you through the basics of this bone meal efficient double tree farm. Uh, Double tree farms are a concept that I made based on area bone mealing. When you bone meal a block, the bone meal also affects side blocks. It affects an area of blocks that is set to each type of block. This is nylium. This is warped nylium. This is a different type of nylium. And this was moss converting stone into moss. Interestingly enough, it generated an azalea sapling right where I bone milled. This is really funny. And another interesting thing is that by bone milling this block, these 8 blocks around it, what means this 3x3 area around where you bone mill, will always be converted to moss if it's stone. This is not true, however, to the generation of vegetation on moss. I put this here just to demonstrate that. And one interesting thing about nylium, these types of nylium, and about azaleas that generate with the moss, is that they can be bone milled to become great, beautiful trees. This one is a lollipop, not really a tree. Another thing I find interesting is that you can bone meal this nylium, the crimson nylium, and you will generate vegetation in the warped nylium. However, you can't grow a red fungus in the warped nylium. And the spreading is different from the moss. You can, as you can see, you can bone meal netherrack that is at the side of one of the nyliums to spread it, but doing so with just the nylium block won't actually spread it. You have to do it with the netherrack on the side. But where I am going with all of this is this just a road of escape so I can completely randomly talk about things all day? Yes, this is what I use YouTube for, and you're here for it. So these are my double tree farms. The double tree farms, sorry for the stuttering, will use area bone milling to bone mill a block, generate sapling, one of these saplings in the side blocks, so they can get bone milled, and then they can grow up to trees and be pushed so other trees can grow. I'm gonna demonstrate how these work with the azalea one because azaleas are beautiful. So I'm using also the concept of detection, not really because I'm just using it to break, so I don't have to be activating the pistons, the bottom pistons all the time. However, when a tree grows, when a sapling, one of these, grows in one of these moss, because of the area bone milling of this block, it will be bone milled by these and grow to be a tree. I think we might have to interfere in this process because, oh, yep, here as you can see, it generated a tree here and another one. So the idea is that by doing this, you increase your chances of getting a sapling in both by having the same chance for using one bonemeal, having double the chance of generating a tree. The same logic goes to my, I think there was a tree there. Yes, there was. Here. Another tree grew here on this side of the farm. And this part did not convert, but it would in the next cycle. This works in a 3-item cycle with this hopper clock. It goes 3 items, activates, goes 3 items, deactivates. The same thing goes for all of these. This is the Crimson version. This will works a bit differently. These breaks the generated crimson roots. What? Because you are not able to detect when there is a fungus here. If you were able to detect when there is a fungus here, it would be very less of this happening. But I am not such good of a farm builder. This also might need a bigger clock. I can put 5 items here. So the time it spends bonemealing. Ooh, it worked. The time it spends bonemealing the mushrooms is bigger now. So there is more chances of a tree growing. What you saw was that a fungus generated in this side of the farm got bone meal, grow up to a tree, then it got pushed. This block got pushed by the pistons that activate during the end of the cycle, and desactivated this system here that just pushes the logs forward. This specific system for the crimson roots is expandable upwards by just using this, setting observer up, then another dust, and putting distance here, so you can push how many logs you want. This will be powered directly, and this will be QC powered and activated by this update. I'm sorry if you hear any sounds. It's probably my stepdad or my mom. They're currently working in the catacombs of our castle. This is the same thing as this one, but for the warp trees. This world will be available for you to download in a world download that I will be posting with Mediafire in the comments of this video. And that's basically just this. It's basically just showing you the concept of area bonemealing double tree farming. It's not much. I'm sure you might have seen someone somewhere, and I really want to claim that this is an original concept, but I can't. So if you have previous designs of this, if you've done it, if you know someone who have done it, please post it in the comments. Please talk a bit about it. I'm always open to see new technical videos. It's so cool. Another thing you might want to do, but I don't know, because I currently don't have access to the carpet mod and don't know how much this would hurt the rates of the farms, would be taking Arcnylium and putting it here, since bone milling this block can also generate the blue fungus in this nylium and generate a tree. So there's that. Thank you for watching, and I really hope you can make use of these farms. I don't really think you need a tutorial to build them. They're pretty simple, quite, but I will be letting available, as I said, the world download for you to see. So there's that. This has been Mooney, and bye bye.